गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी। नमस्कार, मेरा नाम जुबिन जवेरी है और मैं आप सबका स्वागत करता हूँ। वेलकम टू दिस पर्टिकुलर वेबिनार और इस वेबिनार का टॉपिक है सुपर ट्रेंड विथ मूविंग एवरेजेस। ठीक है। सो टुडे इज ट्यूसडे, तो ट्यूसडेज हम लोग वी विल बी टेकिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर वेबिनार इन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज। इफ यू डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कोई भी डाउट्स हो, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चंस, feel free to type it in the comment section. So I will take a mix of both the languages over here. English 80% English, 20% हिंदी। बीच बीच में अगर कुछ हिंदी में बात हो जाती है तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। The idea is that you understand, the concepts that we, share with you via this particular webinar. All right. So let me just tell you the webinar topic once again. It is based on super trend and moving averages. So I'll explain you what are those moving averages, super trend in short. All right. And then how to use them, while trading in stocks or while trading in index, nifty, bank nifty. How to use them via scanners, how to prepare watch list, when to scan, what stocks to scan. So all these questions that you may have, will get answered today in this particular session. All right. And if any particular questions are not answered, at the end, we'll spend some 10-15 minutes. You can ask me your questions over there and I'll make sure that, I'll answer each and every questions of yours. All right. And towards the end, we will also probably using what the method that we learned today. Using that method, we'll also try to analyze live Nifty. All right. So before going further, let me first actually share my screen. Okay. Here we go. So that is the homepage of web.strike.money. For those of you who have subscribed to this, fantastic. For those who don't know what is this, web.strike.money, it's a strike analytical tool. And via this particular tool, there are various features about how to analyze markets. There is something for options traders, there is something for future traders, there is something for intraday traders, investors. So there is everything for everybody over here. So if you have not yet subscribed to this particular platform, go ahead. And we are running a nice April offer. And in this offer, if you subscribe for 1 year subscription, the offer will be for 5,000 rupees. And for 6 months of subscription, if you do, then the price will be 3,000 rupees. All right. So yeah, the link to subscribe and everything will be given in the description below. So kindly take a note of it. And in the meanwhile, let's begin our today's topic, that is super trend and moving averages. So my friends, first of all, I would also like, you guys to, keep participating, via the comment section. Keep on typing whatever questions I asked, kindly answer them. So the first question that I would like to ask you guys is that how many of you know what is super trend and what is moving averages? Or if you don't know, you can also type in that I don't know what is super trend and moving averages, so that I get a sense that, from where exactly should I start. Should I start right from the basic, or should I go away with, the method? So kindly let me know. I'm sure you know basics of technical analysis. What is a super trend indicator? What is a moving average? All these things. So basically, okay, if I'm not getting any comments, then I hope I would assume that you know something about it. No basics, Shaker. Okay, that's great. Thanks for your comment. All right. So basically, these are nothing but indicators. They are nothing but tools, which tell you Krishnan Sriram, MA, yes, super trend, not much. Okay. So moving average, I'm sure, yeah, most of the people will know what is a moving average. So all you have to do is, just simply come to, a particular chart. All right. And in this particular chart, Let me just zoom into the chart more. All right. There are indicators, and in indicators there are moving averages, there is exponential moving averages. So moving average is basically a simple moving average. If we take, let's say, I click on it, so that's a 9 period moving average. It means that this blue line, this is called as a moving average, which takes the closing price of last 9 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will take the closing prices of these 9 days and then divide it by 9. The average price will be 649.62, and that's exactly where the moving average is. All right. So this average keeps on changing, it keeps on moving up and down, and hence this line is called as moving average. And this is a simple moving average. Likewise, we have exponential moving average. So this particular blue line, which I've just come up on the chart, it is again like a moving average, but some more weightage is given to the recent data. Okay, rather than the past, more weightage is given over here. So there is a slight of calculation change. We will not get into it, but let me tell you which is more preferable. If you are a short-term trader, then EMA is more preferable. If you are a longer-term trader, then you can stick with simple moving average as well. All right. So in today's method, what we will have is we will have two moving averages like this. So one, we will keep it as 9. I will just you can go to the settings, length is 9 period, and I'll just increase the width of this particular line. So this dark blue line is a 9 period moving average. We will add one more exponential moving average, and this time we will change the color to yellow. All right, we'll increase the width and we will change the length to 21. All right. So now many people tell me, why 9 and 21? So basically 9 is because it was a default. I wanted a shorter period moving average. And why 21? Basically, you can 21 is kind of a Fibonacci number also. And in a month, on an average, there are 21, 22 trading days. All right. So that's why 9 and 21 moving averages we have taken. So there are many people who use these two moving average crossover system. If the blue line crosses above, the yellow line, then there's a buy signal. It's a buy signal. And if the blue line, if it crosses below the yellow line, something like this over here, then it becomes a sell signal. All right. So this is how most of the people use, two different moving average crossover system in trading. Now, to refine this further, all right, what we can do is we can also look at a trend. All right, and as the name suggests, there is something called a super trend indicator. All right, so super trend indicator, if we go to the settings, we will not change the settings, but yeah, the length is of 3 and the factors length is of 10. We'll keep the factor as 3. And so in simple words, if we say that if prices are above the super trend, I'll hide moving averages for a while. So this red and green line that has come up, this is a super trend indicator. All right. So if prices are above the green line, it is said that the trend is up. If the prices are below the super trend indicator and the color is red, then it is said that the trend is negative. All right. So now when we combine all three of them, all right, what we get is we can get a kind of a trading system, and it works on stocks. And what are the advantages of this particular system, super trend and moving averages, is that in super trend we get a nice trending move. Okay, but the side effect, you can say, or the cons that we can say is that it is a kind of in sideways trend. You will get stopped out. So you need to have, if you are using this particular system, you need to have a stomach, and you need to have that, probably kind of a courage to stop yourself out and get out of the system. Sometimes you get stopped out and the price goes against towards where it was supposed to, but then that's fine. All right. So what we can do is we can use this particular system on a Nifty chart. All right. So I have Nifty put up for you over here, and I have basically seen some results lately, and that results I have used it on a 75-minute time frame chart. All right. Now why 75-minute is because you get five candles from 9:15 the market actually starts and it stops at 3:30. So exactly you get five candles. Okay, 75 into 5, so these are the number of trading hours per day. All right, so you get five complete candles. If you take an hourly chart, the last candle will remain incomplete. All right, so 9:15 the if you take an hourly chart, so the last candle will be only of 15 minutes because it starts from 3:15 and ends at 3:30. All right, so if you want complete candles, 75-minute time frame is preferable. All right. Now, yes, all set to understand the method. Did you all understand what is moving average and what are super trend? Yes. Quickly give me a yes in the comment section if you have understood so far. Yeah, quickly. Yeah, so that we can move ahead if you have understood. All right. Okay, that's super. So over here, before we go ahead, how to make this particular, how to set these indicators, and make up a template. So let me tell you, once you have made, Nifty 75-minute chart, you have laid down the, indicators over here. These are the three indicators that are required: two exponential moving averages and one super trend. All you have to do is click on save over here, give a chart layout name, say super trend EMA. All right, and say save. So this is one thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do is, you can click on these four buttons over here, and you can say save indicator template. All right, and here you can write let's start with EMA super trend. All right, so remember the first letter of this name, E. It starts for E, and say save. Once it is saved, you click on these four buttons over here and mark it as favorite. So once you mark it on favorite, here there will be one more button that will be added called as E. All right. So here you go. So this is E. So EMA super trend. If you want to use some other techniques, you can click on Donchin, and there are some other techniques that can be used. So I've made various indicator templates. Along with that, once you click on E, your two moving averages and the super trend that you have made will prompt, will pop up immediately. All right. So now once this is made, what shall we do is we will now try to backtest it. But before we backtest it, let's understand the method. All right. Let me quickly open. Okay, I'll write it down here. Uh, okay. So what are the conditions to buy? All right. Is the text visible? Yeah. Buy rules. Okay. So this buy rules, we will use it on 75-minute chart of Nifty. All right. The first thing is that current market price should be greater than your 9 EMA. Your 9 EMA should be greater than 21 EMA. All right. And current market price should be greater than the super trend indicator. All right. So if both these conditions are true, okay, then we will go ahead and buy. All right. Once we buy, okay, so I'll tell you when will we buy. So let me show you one buy. I hope you have understood the rules over here. So I'll give you one, first a nice textbook defined pattern, and then I'll explain each and every signal to you. Okay. So over here, my friends. All right. So let's assume we are currently over here. Now, is the price above super trend indicator? Answer is no. So there is no trade over here. All right. Now the yellow line. Okay, what is the yellow line? Yellow line is nothing but 9 EMA. All right. So 9 EMA should be in the center. Okay. 9 EMA. The yellow line is always it will remain in the center. All right. So this is what we want. Now what has happened over here? Now with this candle complete, okay, what has happened is that the yellow line has gone down, blue line has given a crossover. So this is the first, and along with this crossover, the super trend has also given a buy signal. So as soon as this happens, okay, the 21 period average crosses the 9 period average, okay, and the super trend indicator is also okay in a buy mode, then we will go ahead and buy Nifty. All right. So there is this long position. We'll click on it. When shall we buy? As soon as the prices goes above the high of this candle. Okay, this candle, we will call it as a signal candle. All right. And once the prices goes above this, we will keep stop loss below the low of this candle, and if the moving averages are near a little bit below the moving average, we will keep it. Okay. Now once this is done, once you have defined your entry and your stop loss, you will keep the target at 1:2, meaning if the stop loss is of 100 rupees, your target will be of 200 rupees. Okay, clear? If the stop loss is of 50 rupees, then your target will be of 100 rupees. Is that clear? Quickly give me a yes. So in this case the stop loss was 120 bucks. Can you see? If I hover my mouse over here, you will see the stop over written over here. So it's 120 into 2, it will give us 240. So we will drag this up over here and we will keep it at 240. That's over here. Okay, and you will also see it written over here, risk to reward ratio 2.01. So this risk to reward ratio should be 2 or greater than 2. All right. So that's how we have entered into the trade over here, and we'll wait. As soon as the price goes up, we can of course trail the stop loss, and the target has not yet achieved, and it got achieved over here. Okay. So on this candle, particular candle, so our entry, we got our entry on 30th of January 9:15. Okay, and the exit was on 31st Jan, next day. So one day carry forward trade. All right, and to buy one future, you know that you will require an initial capital of around 1.5 lakhs or so. All right, and one lot is of 75 shares. So 75 shares into 240 is what is your net gain. Is that clear, my friends? Did you understand the buy rules? Yes, quickly, you mean if you have understood, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. Any questions that you have not understood over here? So let me write it down once again over here, the buy rules. Student, what's your name? And of course, no, hedging is always preferable, and to if you want to hedge, you can always hedge via shorting a call against it. If you are not comfortable buying a future, you can very well go for other options, right? Like selling a put, or creating some bull call spread strategy. So that is always preferable. Yes. So hedging is always required for those who are risk takers. For them, how will they protect their losses? To keep strict stop losses. All right. If you keep strict stop losses, that is required over here. That was something which I said at the beginning of the webinar itself. Sam, yes, we can definitely use RMI for better confirmation. But when we look at it, we will also look at RMI, probably after we understand this particular method completely. But I hope you have understood the method. Okay, so yeah, we have blue, green, and yellow lines. Whenever there is a green line at the bottom, okay, and once the green line is at the bottom, you will get this arrow, something like this arrow over here. And when you get this particular arrow, make sure that the blue line is on top. Okay, cloud. So blue line resembles the cloud. Cloud is always on top. So for buying conditions, cloud has to be on top, yellow line should be in between, and green line should be at the bottom. That green line is nothing but the super trend buy signal that is given over here itself. All right, so if you get confused with these so many lines, what can be done is you can change the super trend settings, and let's not plot super trend itself. Okay, we will plot only their arrows. So whenever there is a buy arrow, it means that super trend has given this buy indicator, and once this buy indicator is there, you wait for blue line to be above the yellow line, and once that blue line comes above the yellow line, okay, we will enter into a long position. So over here it came above, there was a buy signal over here. Okay, so we will take a trade over here after this high of this candle. Why this candle is because the blue line was, we did not take this candle because the blue line was below the yellow line. All right, now we will take a buy trade over here above the high, and we can keep a stop loss below the low of this candle. So the stop loss over here in this case is huge. 255 points on Nifty is big, so it's better to keep some tight stop losses over here, and accordingly you keep your target. So your target will be 1 is to 2, right? Your risk to reward ratio has to be 1 is to 2. All right, so yeah, 1.19, that's where your target is. Okay, so now you simply wait. As soon as you are in the profits, okay, you are making some profits over here. Be careful when the price goes below the yellow line. All right, and keep your stops very tight in this case. All right, because it might just hit your stop loss. It's going sideways. All right, okay, did it touch your stop loss? No, it did not touch your stop loss. All right, and here it hit your target on this particular day over here. So you again got 1 is to 2 risk to reward trade, again around 447. All right, so here I thought first time I should cross above the slower. So yeah, so 9 is a short period which is a faster moving average, and the 9 period is, so 9 period is blue in color. So the shorter period moving average, that is a faster moving average, has crossed above the slower one, Mr. Krishnan. Yeah, and hence after the blue line went above the yellow line, and that is where we took a trade. Okay, now next let's look for shorting conditions. So for shorting conditions, what do we want? We want a super trend red color arrow somewhere over here. Here we got. Okay, so this is the red arrow that we got, indicating that the super trend indicator, okay, here super trend indicator has, from green it has turned red. Okay, so once this has happened, and the blue line is below, now see, what as per my observation, when the super trend indicator and these two moving average, when they give a crossover and the super trend changes the signal from buy to sell, or sell to buy, when this happens together, in a matter of one candle here and there, okay, those conditions, they work very nicely. Okay, so here you can create a short position. How will you create a short position? If Nifty goes below the low of this candle, okay, so that will be your short, and your stop loss will be the above the high of this candle. Okay, so over here again we will keep 1 is to 2. So your stop loss is of around 300 points. So 3 to the 600 points points will be your approximate target. All right, so over here, so did it happen? Yeah. So the target is 22,688 somewhere down here. All right, and look at this, it just gapped down, and this was 7th of April, that was yesterday. All right, so on 2nd of April, this particular system had given a nice sell signal over here, and because of the gap down, you could have covered the position somewhere, around close to 1400 points. You could have taken it. All right, so this was a huge short trade. All right, and now what is it? Now it has bounced back, and we can see that yes, super trend indicator has given a buy, but the blue line is still below the yellow line, so we will not be taking any buy signal over here. All right, let's do some back testing. Okay, let's go back further and try to understand more signals, how, from where, how can it fail, where can the stop loss be hit. All right, we'll analyze everything put together. So over here, look at this. So this was a short trade. The blue line was below the yellow line. There is a sell signal. Okay, so there is a sell over here. Stop loss will be big enough. All right, and so will be your risk to reward ratio. So risk to reward ratio, let me keep it to, yeah, 2. And yes, immediately over here, you got the target over here, and you are out of the trade. The Nifty still went down further, but that's okay. 1:2 is good enough for us. And from here we got a buy trade. So here, mostly, what I've again observed is, you will be in some or the other trade always. Okay, when this system gives you a buy, okay, the target hits, and it may go up further, and then it will give a sell. Okay, it may go down further, and then it will give you a buy. So buy, sell, alternatively, the signal will keep on coming. All right, now where was the super trend? We have to understand where did the super trend change. All right, and we will take all those trades and try to see whether it's fitting or not. Okay, so try to find green or red. So we got a red arrow over here. So was this was a red arrow, and there was the moving average crossover happened on this particular candle over here. So we will keep a short trade. Okay, short below this candle. All right, stop loss, yes, above the high of this candle. Stop loss is of 213 points. So 2 to the 4, 400 points approximately will be your target. Okay, so here we go. So 2 is to 2, 1 is to 2 risk to reward ratio. And my friends, this trade also worked very well. All right, you got an entry somewhere on 6th of Jan and got an exit on 13th of Jan. All right, so kind of a positional, you will not treat this as a intraday trade. Okay, it would be like a positional trade. Now over here, there was a buy signal given over here, and look at this blue line crossing the yellow line from below. Okay, the faster moving average crossing the slower one. Along with that, there is a green over here. We will enter into a long position above the high of this candle. Okay, and a stop loss below the low of this candle, 167 points. We will try to keep 1 is to 2. Okay, in this case, 1 is to 2 did not come. See, sometimes this will also happen. All right, so it just missed by a whisker, and it came down, and it gave a sell over here. All right, so in if something like this happens, this your target missed by just few points. All right, you can choose to exit over here, or maybe if you missed selling over here, all right, then don't feel shy to exit completely over here when you get a chance, and make at least some profit over here. So that is one thing that you can do. The another thing that you can do is at least trail your stop loss down here, so that something like this big thing does not take away all your profits. So it is also very important to do that. All right, now Somnath ji is asking me, लाइव में लाइव 5 मिनट चार्ट नहीं होता है, ओनली 1 आवर एंड डे दिखता है. अच्छा सोमनाथ जी, क्योंकि वो जो है ना, आप रोहित सेटअप में देख रहे हो, इसलिए आपको नहीं मिलेगा. आप यहाँ पे जैसे ही मैंने देखा, ये स्ट्राइक का होम पेज है। होम पेज में ये मार्केट व्यू वॉच लिस्ट है और यहाँ पे एक मैक्सिमाइज का बटन है। तो आप इसके ऊपर क्लिक करोगे ना, तो आपको यहाँ पे सब आ जाएगा। ये सारे टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट्स जो है ना, ये सारे टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट्स आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे। ठीक है। और यहाँ पे ये एक है बग है कि ना आप वहाँ पे होम पेज में गए और वापस ये पेज में है तो आपके इंडिकेटर सारे निकल गए। तो टेंशन नहीं लेने का, यहाँ पे आपने लेआउट सेव किया हुआ है। अगर लेआउट सेव मैंने नहीं किया इस बार, चलो ठीक है, तो लेकिन एटलीस्ट हाँ ये रहा सुपर ट्रेंड लेआउट। इसके ऊपर क्लिक करें और ये आपका जो जो भी आपने सेटिंग यहाँ पे जो किया था, स्टडीज जो किया था, वो सारा यहाँ पे ऐसा क्या ऐसे ही रहेगा और आ जाएगा। ठीक है। Yes, Premnath ji, I'll explain the entire strategy for stock specific also. But you know why I'm taking this 75-minute on Nifty is because I see if you know if you are an investor and you don't want to trade in Nifty also, no, that's okay. But you know when such a Nifty is giving you some buy signals over here, if it is giving you a sell signals over here, as a trader, short term trader, or as an investor, you will also come to know whether should you put your money in buying stocks or should you avoid. All right. So if at all there is something like this, a sell signal is generated, so over here at least avoid buying into the stock. Okay, be a short seller over here. All right, so this can help you. All right. Yeah, so as an investor, see, you'll have to wait for on a 75-minute time frame chart. If there is a buy signal over here, you could be an investor. And the same thing, we'll also look at the daily, weekly, monthly charts also. And let's see if the same thing is proven true. All right, so just hold on. All right. But I hope any doubts in this particular strategy. All right, any doubts in this particular strategy? There was one. So this was one which it just missed the target by some whisker. All right, but there was one trade which I had taken which also hit the stop loss. Okay, and I'll tell you how. So this was a short trade over here, but the sell signal of the moving average came before the super trend indicator. But we will take the super trend indicator wala, and stop loss above the high of this candle, uh, 1:2, and this was achieved immediately. All right, this was a long trade, and this particular long trade over here like this. Okay, before taking this trade, let me recheck the averages. So this was the indicator, but the blue line was below the yellow line. The blue line came over here. Yeah, look at this. It gave a crossover over here. So basically the long trade was above the high of this candle, and stop loss was to be placed below the low of this candle, which it hit the stop loss. So out of these so many trades that we saw, okay, how many trades did we see? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. This was one which hit our stop loss. Okay, and if we see further, all right, you will see that okay, um, here was a buy trade over here. Look at this. Okay, going long, blue line above the yellow line. Okay, stop loss below 147 points, risk to reward ratio 1:2, and it hit the target over here. All right, so again this would be a stop loss hit. But see, look at this over here, the super trend gave a sell, but the blue line did not go below the yellow line. All right, so there was no trade over here, there was no short trade over here. Why? Because the blue line was still above the yellow line. All right, so there was no trade over here. So because you used both these moving averages and super trend together, we were saved by this whipsaw over here. All right, then look at this. This was a buy trade over here, blue line above the yellow line on this candle. So this is our trigger candle. Stop loss 228, target 1:2, that is somewhere over here. Okay, and yeah, it hit the target immediately on gap up the next day. All right, now look at this. This was already in a short, no, the blue line was down. We wanted the yellow line to be down, right? sorry, no, this was the correct one, but what happened, this was the trigger. This was a trigger, and prices nifty never went below this particular low. So there was no trade that took place over here. And on this super trend buy indicator, the blue line is still below the yellow line. So again, there was no long trade was to be taken over here. Okay. Similarly, yeah, look at this. So every time, just follow the rules. So what I've observed is that the strike rate over here, we just saw that out of around 8 to 9 trades that were taken, hardly one was a stop hit and one was a missed target, but it was not a loss. So it has some pedigree over here. It works really well. Hmm? I did not understand the method of setting the three trends. Hopefully, I can see it once the session is over. I'll repeat it for you, Premnath ji. No, no worries. सर डेटा लाइव 5 मिनट अपडेट कब होगा आरएमआई सेटअप में ओके डेटा लाइव 5 मिनट अपडेट कब होगा आई डोंट नो सी देखो हमारी जो वेबसाइट जो थी वो ऑलरेडी फ्यूचर्स में है ना 1 मिनट डिलेड डेटा तो आ ही रहा था ऑप्शंस में भी 1 अप्रैल से 1 मिनट डिलेड डेटा आना शुरू हो गया है पहले 5 मिनट डिलेड था अभी 1 मिनट है अभी कैश मार्केट में भी अभी चालू हो जाएगा ओके टीम इज वर्किंग ऑन इट और उसमें भी 1 मिनट डिलेड डेटा आना शुरू हो जाएगा ठीक है अभी कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि इसमें आरएमआई डाल सकते हैं तो यस डेफिनेटली हम लोग इसमें आरएमआई भी डाल सकते हैं सो रोहित मोमेंटम इंडिकेटर को आप लगा दो अगर ये मेथड ने सेल दिया है तो आरएमआई भी चेक कर लो कि वो भी सेल है कि नहीं है ऑलराइट तो यहाँ पे मोस्टली मैंने पाया कि वो दोनों आरएमआई भी इसके साथ टैंडम में चल ही रहा है यहाँ पे बाय आया था आरएमआई भी बाय मोड में था ऑलराइट यहाँ पे सेल आया था आरएमआई सेल मोड में है यहाँ पे वापस बाय था आरएमआई बाय मोड में था यहाँ पे सेल यहाँ पे कंफ्यूज्ड था फिर भी यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा मिल गया था ओके सो दिस वाज अगेन नाइस सो आरएमआई कंफर्मेशन के साथ यहाँ पे भी मिल गया था लॉन्ग ट्रेड में यहाँ पे शॉर्ट ट्रेड आरएमआई वापस सेल सो आरएमआई भी ये मेथड के साथ टैंडम में चल रहा है सो यू कैन यूज आरएमआई डेफिनेटली फॉर कंफर्मिंग कि आप सही जा रहे हो कि नहीं जा रहे हो ठीक है Okay, so setup. Premnath ji bol rahe did not understand the method of setting the three trends. So we have just to refresh it, we have three things put together: 9 EMA, 21 EMA, and one super trend indicator. All right. So 9 EMA that is the blue line. See जो blink हो रहा है ना ये blue line ये 9 EMA है faster EMA. 21 EMA जो है वो yellow line है. Okay, that is a slower one. ओके एंड देन वी हैव दिस सुपर ट्रेंड इंडिकेटर जहां पे हम लोगों ने क्या किया है सेटिंग्स में जाकर के वी हैव स्टाइल में जाकर के सुपर ट्रेंड को ही हटा दिया उसके खाली जो अप एरो और डाउन एरो है जब भी ये बाई सेल सिग्नल देगा तो सेल एरो आ जाएगा बाई सिग्नल अगर जब भी देगा तो यहाँ पे वो ग्रीन एरो दे देगा सो सिंस दिस थ्री लाइंस आर कंफ्यूजिंग अस तो हम लोग ने सुपर ट्रेंड को एक बार हटा ही दिया था और केवल बाय और सेल एरोस के लिए हम लोग वेट कर रहे हैं अगर यहाँ पे बाई एरो आया है ग्रीन कलर का एरो आया मतलब सुपर ट्रेंड इज इन अ बुलिश मोड if the arrow is red in color means over here look at this red arrow it means super trend is in a sell mode okay I hope Premnath ji you understood this yeah now for a particular stock does it work or not it depends we'll have to do a lot of back testing for whether this method works for individual stocks or not all right I tried doing in Ashok Leyland all right and that I did it on a daily time frame chart so as an investor daily or weekly we can see all right and on the weekly time frame chart the same thing that is happening the super trend indicator had given a sell all right and according to this we had to sell over here the blue line also went below but it hit the stop loss for a brief while and then again it cracked down all right but overall from this sell it is still on a lower end. So at least if I want to buy this particular stock, I will wait for a buy signal, right? I'll wait for the super trend to give a buy signal. So where it has given, I'll let me just arrows are getting a little bit hidden. So this was all a buy. This was where the buy signal was there. So here, as an investor, you will not, if you keep a stop loss tight below the low of the candle, it will get stopped out immediately. So rather than that, you can wait for a close below the yellow line. Okay, if you enter in a stock specific, if you are entering into this super trend buy trade, all right, keep the stop loss below the low of the yellow line. So prices should not go below the yellow line. Okay, closing below the yellow line. And then along with that, don't keep any target also. All right, you can simply keep trailing your stop loss below the yellow line, like this. So if it keeps going up, okay, it keeps going up here, here, and you got stopped out over here. All right. So made nothing much over here. So in stocks, again, you will have to understand how to book some partial profits. 1:2 is something that you should use it. All right. And as and when it changes. In this, if you don't use super trend, it's still okay. All right. You can simply use the two moving average crossovers, and along with that, you can use the Rohit momentum indicator, because Rohit momentum indicator works really very well. All right, and once there is a buy indication over here, Rohit momentum turns bearish, kinds of gives a bearish divergence, you could have exited over here, and then use two things together. If on the monthly time frame chart, this one method I had explained earlier. If on the monthly time frame, if it is bearish, ignore all the buy signals on the lower time frame charts. All right. So this is one thing how you will use RMI. But yeah, today we are not talking about RMI. We will be talking about especially about the super trend indicator and the EMAs, which I've seen that okay on Nifty intraday time frame chart, especially 75 minute, it has given some nice results. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions, my friends? I hope you like this particular method. You've seen this method. So let me know if there are any comments or anything. Yeah. Now, so if there are no questions, now let's understand for stocks, if you want to find out what how to find how to apply this particular method in stocks and how to find stocks. So one thing that you can do is you can go to scanner section over here. All right. So in the scanner section, my friends, go to the technical scanners. In the technical scanners, there is the super trend indicators. All right. And in the super trend, you will have bullish and bearish reversal. Bullish reversal is when the super trend is given a buy signal, and bearish is when it is giving a sell signal. All right. So market's kind of a bearish trend. So let me just go back to 1st of April, and try to see on the daily time frame chart any of the stock that is giving a sell. So here you go. So this was a sell signal in central bank. Here there is E. You can simply click on E, and your indicators will be applied over here. Okay, so on this scanner page, you will have to, okay, here you go. Yeah. So once you click on E, yeah, is the blue line below the yellow line? Yes. Super trend is giving a sell. So central bank It just opened down with a gap and it's still down. Right, so this was a good sell indication over here. You can like this, you can go ahead and back test it. Okay, first Lupin, what was Lupin? Lupin had given a sell over here, but it hit a stop over here, gapped up and then came down and then again up. So you can use this on an even on an hourly chart if you want to see. On an hourly chart, let's look at some bullish reversal if today was a bounce back day, right? And Nifty PSU Bank. So Nifty PSU Bank is something that, yeah, see, there is the Supertrend has given a buy, and along with that, the blue line has gone above the yellow line. So it has given a crossover already. So yes, in the PSU Bank is something to watch out for, going tomorrow. So PSU Bank may, you can pick up any stock. SBI is the mother of all, PSUs, I would say. Okay, and along with that, we can plan a trade over here. So small stop loss 1:267. Yeah, here. So here you can have it a previous high as your target. So this is how you can use this particular system over here. And is Rohit momentum also giving you a buy signal on hourly chart? Yeah, yes, it is in a buy mode. So this way, you can scan stocks like this. You can also scan stocks using the exponential moving average, whether the prices are above, instead of 9, you can say 10. Instead of 21, you can say 20. So I've used 9 and 21. You can also use 10 and 20. Does not make much of a difference. It will be hardly, something here and there. Okay, so not much of a difference whether you are using 9 average or 10 average or 11 average. Okay, or you are using 19, 20, 21 EMA average, it's kind of a same. So this way you can also kind of filter out some stocks for your thing, and you can just understand when to use this particular scanner. If you are using an hourly chart, of course you can use it every hour during the day. And if you don't have time during the day, like at this time in the evening, nice and silent, you just come here, super trend, choose your own technical scanner, whichever indicator you are comfortable with. Scan it, make your plans. And my plan, while doing this particular webinar has been made. Tomorrow my focus will remain on public sector bank, PSU bank. And how to confirm that, we have various things. We also have RRGs. सोमनाथ जी, हम लोग ये थर्सडे को है ना, ये हिंदी में वापस करेंगे. सो आपको दुगना सीखने को मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. Okay, so yeah, on Thursday we will have the same topic, but we will focus on Hindi language, 80% Hindi, 20% English. Okay, so let's look at the sector, and if you're looking on the daily time frame, look at this PSU Bank. Yeah, PSU Bank is in the leading quadrant, so it's clearly outperforming the market. And along with PSU, I can also have FMCG. So if any of the stocks, like HUL is there, ITC is there, if any of these stocks are also showing some positive trends, that is something which you can look out for. Why? Because the FMCG index is coming into the leading quadrant over here, and PSU, Nifty Bank, Private Bank are already over there. PSU, I told you that today's method, based on today's method, I will be focusing more on PSU. All right, and we can also have a look at 60-minute. So to understand what can happen in the next 1 hour or 2 hour, which sectors can perform. So for the next 1 hour or 2 hour tomorrow, all right, see this PSU Bank, it's in the weakening quadrant. It's not going in the lagging quadrant, but trying to gain momentum and trying to enter into the leading quadrant. So tomorrow, the first 1 hour, if PSU Bank shows some momentum, this particular hourly RRG will enter into the leading quadrant, and from there it can go up even further. All right, so PSU Bank is confirming, Nifty Media is confirming, but I will always, media is something which I'm not comfortable entering into. All right, so that's a personal choice. So, yep. Any other questions? 5 मिनट के टाइम फ्रेम पे कहाँ गया हमारा निफ्टी? होम पेज पे ही थे, राइट? होम पेज पे वापस आ जाते हैं, इसको एनलार्ज कर लेते हैं और यहाँ से लेआउट जो है, लोड सुपर ट्रेंड, और ये आ गया। 5 मिनट टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट ले लेते हैं और यहाँ पे निफ्टी लगा देते हैं। So this is the 5 minute chart of Nifty. Okay, same method. All right. यहाँ पे सेल आया था, लेकिन ब्लू लाइन जो है वो ऊपर है, वो मेरे को नीचे चाहिए, और वो आया तो 2-3 कैंडल के बाद। So something like this, I would not like to prefer. मैंने जैसे बताया कि एक साथ आना चाहिए या एक कैंडल के डिफरेंस में आना चाहिए। So here, the blue line was already above. It did not come together. Okay. A very good signal was generated over here. See this, जैसे कि यहाँ पे ब्लू ग्रीन लाइन आया और उसके साथ ही, ओके, ये ग्रीन एरो के साथ ही ब्लू लाइन जो है वो येलो लाइन के ऊपर चला गया। So for 5 minutes, I would like to take this particular signal, keeping a stop loss over here. 59 points का stop loss है, तो 1:2 के हिसाब से, या यहाँ पे टारगेट आ गया 120 पॉइंट्स का टारगेट है। अगर आपको फ्यूचर बाय नहीं करना, यू कैन बाय अ कॉल ऑप्शन ओवर हियर। तो 120 पॉइंट्स टारगेट है, तो एटलीस्ट कॉल ऑप्शन, एट द मनी कॉल ऑप्शन में आप 60 पॉइंट्स आप टारगेट कर सकते हो इंट्राडे के लिए। ओके, लेकिन ये इंट्राडे में आया, कभी आया? हाँ, आ गया, देखो। सो ये कौन सा 7 अप्रैल, 1:40, 2 बजे के आसपास आपको ट्रेड मिली, और 3 बजे तक तो आप निकल भी गए, और उसके बाद और ऊपर गया। सो द सेम मेथड, सोमनाथ जी, ओके, वर्क्स ब्यूटिफुली। So my friends, this particular software, along with that, yes, आप यहाँ पे इसमें भी RMI लगा सकते हो। सो RMI 5 मिनट का RMI जब बाई सिग्नल आया था, तभी RMI भी बुलिश मोड में था यहाँ पे। और उसके बाद जब यहाँ से एक्सेल हुआ, देखो यहाँ पे जब टारगेट बुकिंग की बात आ रही थी, तभी RMI ने बाई दिया। तो आपके पास चॉइस है कि यहाँ पे आप प्रॉफिट बुक ना करो, थोड़ा सा और रुक जाओ, और फिर वो थोड़ा सा और प्रॉफिट यहाँ पे हो सकता था बेस्ड ऑन RMI। तो इंट्राडे के लिए आपको यहाँ पे अराउंड 225 पॉइंट्स आराम से आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाता। या So my friends, any doubts, any questions, please ask me on the comment section. And April offer chal rahi hai. If you enroll, it is for those people who are enrolling, subscribing, who are via this particular webinar. तो ये वेबिनार में लिंक एक्टिव रहेगी, डिस्क्रिप्शन में दी गई है लिंक को, आप उसके ऊपर क्लिक कर सकते हैं और सब्सक्राइब कर लो। मैंने जैसे कि बताया, अगर आप 1 साल का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हो तो वो 5000 रुपीज में मिलेगा, और अगर आप 6 महीने का सब्सक्रिप्शन ले रहे हो तो 3000 रुपीज में मिलेगा। ठीक है, सो जल्दी से फटाफट आप स्ट्राइक पे सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए। और कोई भी डाउट्स हो, क्वेश्चंस हो, तो हम लोग जैसे कि आज जैसे वेबिनार ले रहे, वैसे एवरी ट्यूसडे, थर्सडे और सैटरडे हम लोग वेबिनार्स लेते रहते हैं। आपके कोई भी डाउट्स है, आप वो कंप्लीटली फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है, आप आ सकते हैं यहाँ पे, डाउट्स पूछ सकते हैं। कुछ नया टेक्निक्स, कुछ ना कुछ हम लोग सीखते रहते हैं कंटिन्यूअसली। ऑलराइट, सो क्विकली एनरोल नाउ। एंड यस, एक आपको फीडबैक फॉर्म भी दिया जाएगा, वो फीडबैक फॉर्म जरूर भरिएगा। उसमें बेसिक 2 क्वेश्चंस है कि आपको कौन सा टाइम कंफर्टेबल है, कौन सी लैंग्वेज कंफर्टेबल है वेबिनार्स के लिए। All right, and what are the topics that you wish to, today, we took moving average topic and super trend topic, because in last webinar, when we gave this feedback form, there were many viewers who said that they wanted to learn something, on super trend, and hence, we took this particular topic for today. So like that, any topic that you wish for, you can fill that in the feedback form. All right, and we will keep taking webinars frequently. Meenakshi, I'm not able to load super trend rest, all indicators are getting plotted, can you please repeat again? Okay, so Meenakshi ji, you just have to come to, let me share my screen once again. So over here there is this indicator. All right, you click on indicator, and you just type super, super. You will get this super trend. There is no space. Okay, so don't use any space. If you use space, no indicators will match your criteria. So type super trend as a one word. All right, Meenakshi Prakash ji, you will let me know if you got super trend plotted. Yes, definitely, Sushil ji. You can definitely increase your subscription validity, and your your current subscription will not affect your the new subscription that you will make. All right, it will get accumulated, and after your current subscription gets over, the new subscription that you have paid now, okay, that will start. So later you will not have to pay again. So you can definitely increase your subscription validity. Kindly drop in a call to our customer service team, and they will help you out with it. Great, great. Okay, fantastic, Meenakshi ji, Sushil ji, superb. Any other doubts or queries? So along with this, let me also share with you some other features of this particular strike platform. How, what are the various USPs? Main thing is over here, there are sentiment indicators and diffusion indicators. In sentiment indicators, what we are seeing is that, okay, the FI positions were at the lowest level, but then from here what happened was, they started selling once again. Okay, this was because of the Trump, but this particular level is at its lowest level. Okay, so FIIs are sellers, and this selling thing is at its lowest level, which is indicating that somewhere from here, it is overdone. All right. Even in the COVID era, it was not a big level, but before COVID, August 2019, this was the lowest level where FII had short positions. So we are at that level. So something like this you can expect. All right, something like this over here in the market you can expect. Let me zoom. Here we go. So this was at the lowest level. We can expect that today we can say that this is a bounce back. It may remain positive over here. It might come down once again, but we have to understand that the previous low needs not to be broken. All right, if it is not broken, then it may then again go ahead like this upwards. All right. So similarly, let me come back to the present level. What has happened was, if we take the line chart and we look at the trend, this was the high, okay, which was not broken on the closing basis. You can see that this high, okay, it still made a lower high. So it's currently in downtrend where the Nifty is making lower highs. Okay, it's making lower highs, and this time over here it again made a lower high, and it's making lower lows. But my friends, this is not a lower low. So the lowest low over here was here, and we did not touch it. Right, on closing basis it bounced back. So this is again a good sign that Nifty has not made a higher high. That means this downtrend is not broken, but it may be broken if now this particular high is gone above. So if Nifty goes above 23,750, 23,800, if Nifty closes above this level, okay, then this particular the trend downtrend from October 2004 or 2024 onwards will probably change to an uptrend. Okay, and this larger uptrend will probably resume. So on the downside, we have to watch 22,078. Let me round it off to 22,000 on a closing basis. If Nifty closes below 22,000, then yeah, probably we may see some more downside. Maybe up to 20,000, 21,000 as well. All right, but the chances are less because these indicators are completely oversold, which is hinting towards a possible bounce back. And if you look at the short term swing and daily indicator also, they are completely at oversold levels. Yesterday the daily swing indicator had touched 1, and today is at 16. So daily swing and average swing, both these indicators, if they are at the oversold levels, there is a high probability of a short term bounce back. And these two indicators, daily and average swing, are indicating for a short term bounce back. So that's what we will observe, this short term bounce back, if it sustains over here, and then whether it is going above 23,800 or going below 22,000 is something that we will have to watch out for. All right. So client plus FII, if you see participant position, you can see this also. Okay, both means the same. Okay, and if you look at only FII index futures long, that is also, it's oversold levels. All right, and probably client are more, what does this indicate? That see, FII index, it has not made a, only FII position has not made a new low. All right, but client plus FII index futures had made a new low, meaning the clients meaning people like you and me, the retail people. We have panicked and probably, created short positions, but FII has not created more shorts. They're just, a little bit down over here. All right, so this could be a trap for the client level people. And yes, so again, as a client, we just have to observe, these two levels once again. All right. So my friends, that is my time, 1 hour. Any doubts, any questions, we can spend some another couple of minutes. And no, don't forget to, go and subscribe to Strike right now. All right, a wonderful software, and we are there with you. And yes, definitely also, in the feedback form, let me know whether you liked this particular today's topic, where I combined super trend with the two moving averages. Did you like it or not? If you are using this on any particular stock, don't forget to backtest that, nicely. Okay, at least, backtest 10 to 15 trades, before taking your decision. All right, and also let us know whether, it's working for a particular stock or not. Is it working on a 5 minute time frame chart of Nifty properly or not? All right, so, whatever your study is, do share it with us. All right, and with the next topic, next Thursday, it's a holiday. uh, but yes, we will still be having a session at 6:30 in the evening, the same session, the same topic, in Hindi language. All right. Sushil ji, multi-time frame analysis by RRG, we will take it some other time. Okay, we will have RRG as a subject, as a topic, and we will focus only on RRG charts. And that time we will talk about multi-time frame. All right. So have a great evening, and stay healthy, stay safe. See you. Bye bye.